I'm estimating 5,000 to 10,000 meals a day, capacity. I'm grossly underestimating the potential.
If they can't have someone come here, it's 1,000 meals individually. Here's the thing, would they want to package them up there instead? If we took them home, do they have the resources to package them?
I bet they would. I could call in.
Why don't you check? If that's the case, then we can definitely drop this off at even like 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So they have time to package them out as they need them to go out.
Okay.
See if that works.
People that are here because they feel a calling to serve. So, we don't climb poles, we don't do concrete, and we don't rebuild houses. We cook.
Here's that cleaner.
So it's our way of giving back, it's our way of serving.
Where are you going?
We're no different than the first responders and the police department, we're just fatter.
And then we got the 600 use working as well?
600 is coming up. They're still...
That's fine. I just want to make sure we were on top of it.
Hey, you need utensils? I'm sorry, sweetie. You need utensils for Hughes?
No, I think what he needs right now is
just meat.
Somebody here. Meat and sides. We can send him sides as well.
Sides?
Yes.
For 600?
As much as we can send him is what he said.
What's going on?
Thank
You want
young
sauce
lady.
on them?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some from someplace. Just want to get out everybody's way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Very little white meat is turned in. Most barbecue teams do pretty much straight dark meat. And I think the reason is because they just stand up. It stays a little more moist during the cooking process, all the long-term smoking, than the white meat does. But almost exclusively we've seen the teams turn in thighs. Almost always thighs, and I think it's because it's the fattiest, the darkest of the dark meat.
Well, the next thing we're going to do is the baked beans. We basically got beans from Rancho Gordo, which is a bean company in California. The cool thing about Rancho Gordo is most of the beans that you eat in the United States are generally 15 to 20 years old. They basically fill up a silo, and when you buy beans, they just pull it out of the silo and throw it in a bag, while the fresh beans are on the top and then the old beans are on the bottom. And Rancho Gordo actually grows fresh beans, and they're never more than a year old, and they're dried naturally. And usually when you cook beans at home, it'll take you an hour or 2 hours sometimes to cook the beans all the way through. These can cook in about 30 minutes.
We're going.
I can't remember exactly when I first decided to try and create my own sauce, but I eventually put things together and kept trying and trying until I came up with something I liked. Then I got somebody locally to bottle it, and I picked out the name KC Masterpiece and got a trademark for it and put a label on there, and everybody seemed to like it, started selling really well. And then you know the rest of the story.
Now it starts taking shape, and what you can see as the flat, which if I continue to cut another inch, this would just be the flat. This would be point. This will ball up real nice. Once I can cut just a little tiny bit of this flat off, or the point, the fat off the point, it will ball up and make great burn ends.
when I start to pick up that slab, I want it to break over. When it starts to break over, all of that connective tissue is broken down. If that meat on the backside starts to splinter and break, then I know that I've rendered down all of that collagen and connective tissue. Right now, if we grab the bones and move them, the meat in between the bones moves with the bones. Once those ribs are done, the bones will start to move freely without the meat. Now, I'm not saying pull the bone out of the meat, right? It's still attached. There's still enough left that the bones aren't falling apart. We're not shooting for fall off the bone ribs. We're shooting for just this side of that. We want you to be able to take a bite and have all of the meat melt in your mouth, but not have you pull the whole side of the rib off. Now, if you like your ribs a little hotter, if you like a little heat in them, at this point add a little cayenne or chipotle. If you like them sweeter, go with more honey and add molasses. You can kind of play with your flavors at this point and layer in whatever you like that fits what you're trying to do flavor-wise.
This documentary is about the culture of barbecue in Kansas City. We are, of course, well known for all of our restaurants. The Travel Channel and the Food Network have done an incredible job exposing that side. Competitive barbecue is becoming more and more popular every year, and not only are we home to the American Royal World Series of Barbecue, the largest barbecue competition bar none, the Kansas City Barbecue Society, which created the system for which most barbecue competitions are judged, was formed here. Kansas City Barbecue Society is the largest organization of barbecue enthusiasts in the world. We have a national reputation for tailgating. We bleed barbecue sauce here. It's in our veins. It's a part of our everyday life. We're staking our claim. We want to prove once and for all that Kansas City is, in fact, the barbecue capital of the world. Kansas City is barbecue. Barbecue is Kansas City. Even restaurants that aren't barbecue per se have dishes on the menu that feature the native flavors. There's all sorts of entrepreneurs here as well. They make rubs and sauces, teach classes, cater events, even create all sorts of cool gadgets, all in the name of cooking meats slow and low over hardwood.
People that really get into or like barbecue and do it on the weekends themselves and that sort of thing, generally it just I've always found them to be very interesting, likable people. I haven't really met a son of a bitch in the barbecue world. I just never have.